All right, what up, everybody? This is Magic Mike and the Swag, and welcome to episode 6 of our series on. We're breaking down every NBA team, and we're taking the best player at every position historically, and we're putting together this all-time great team for each team, and we're adding a 6-man just for good measure. Today, we are talking about
Dallas.
Yeah, the Mavs. But it's Dallas. There's some good stuff to be said about Dallas. Don't, click away. This video is going to be dope. We're actually changing things up a little bit. Normally we go from point guard to, center. Mm-hmm. This time we're gonna go in reverse order, right? So we're going to start off with our 6-man.
All right, let's do it.
Jamal Mashburn.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, Jamal Mashburn, small forward who pretty versatile wing, could do a little bit of everything. Was solid with Dallas. Had some pretty good numbers with a young Jason Kidd and Jim Jackson, but not really a transcendent player, right? He could put some stats on the board, and he could compete with people, but he wasn't one of those game changer aspects that take your team to the next level. Stud, absolute stud, and deserves to be on this list, but not necessarily starting on this list. Okay.
Do you think right now, based off what Harrison Barnes has done,
mm-hmm.
we could maybe slide Harrison Barnes into that 6-man?
No, Jamal Mashburn. Okay. Jamal Mashburn was doing work. He was doing work for him. But again, we're going to start getting into these other players.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving right back, right along into it. We're going Tyson Chandler.
Absolutely.
All right, defensive player of the year,
mm-hmm.
Helped him win a championship,
mm-hmm.
Really held it down. Nice athletic center, could catch lobs, protect the rim. Held it down. He had a short stint with Dallas, but it was good enough, and again, it was part of that championship run where really you got to throw him in the mix. It's cool. They just got DeAndre Jordan, who's a similar type player, but Tyson Chandler was probably even better than DeAndre Jordan. So Tyson Chandler, you're starting center. Power forward. Do they have a good power forward?
What's his name? Salah? Is it? No. Or who's the other guy that was really good?
Oh, they have the white guy.
Yeah. He shoots, right?
Yeah.
He's
old fadeaway.
Yeah.
Dirk.
Okay.
Dirk Nowitzki, Mr. Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Power forward, starting MVP of the Mavericks.
Yep.
Right? Dude's a stud, right?
Mm-hmm. Longest time with one team, 21 years?
Yeah, crazy, right? The fact that he's lasted 21 years as a 7-foot perimeter player is pretty impressive. And he's got that little ugly step back, but he could still do work, right? And let's hopefully he plays 42, 40, gets 22, 23 more, seasons with one team.
Man.
All right, so that's our starting power forward. All right, we're moving to our small forward. We got Mark Aguirre.
Okay.
Led the league in scoring. Was just an all-out scoring threat. He was kind of like Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant. Nice, big, tall,
mini kid.
Small forward who was just lethal, can score a lot of points. There were some questions about his attitude at times, but in the 80s he was the man and spent the majority of his career with Dallas. He did pretty good, I guess, when he went to the Pistons, but he was the man in Dallas. So starting small forward, Mark Aguirre. All right, I'm going into our 2 guard.
All right, let's hear it.
And here's the thing with Dallas: a lot of these teams got a lot of strong players at multiple positions. Dallas has never really had an amazing shooting guard, right? They've had Michael Finley, who was a stud. He could, he was a solid contributor to team, but he was never a star, right? You've got players like J.J. Barea coming off the bench who can, score a lot of points in a hurry. Who else am I forget. I don't know who's been their shooting guard. They have Wesley Matthews now.
Yeah, he's there.
Not a whole lot of talent. Jim Jackson, solid, but again, out of he wasn't necessarily the man either. We're gonna go Rolando Blackman.
All right.
Right, and he didn't do a whole lot of things in the NBA, but he could score points. Not to the level of Mark Aguirre, but Rolando Blackman, he could put the ball in the hoop, and he's got a cool name. Got to make the list, right? Rolando Blackman. All right, now here's the controversial part, right? Here's where the video, just where it just apexes into just all its grandeur and glory. All right, we've got 2 point guards, 2 incredibly noteworthy point guards. Absolutely.
Facilitator first.
Right. We got Seth Curry, right, and we got
Yogi
Derek
Ferrell.
Harper.
Oh, I thought we were doing Yogi Ferrell.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No, we're kidding. We're not talking about either one of those players. We're talking about the argument between Steve Nash or Jason Kidd, right? Now, we're not talking about what Steve Nash did in Phoenix, and we're not talking about what Jason Kidd did in New Jersey.
Yep.
We're talking about what they did when they were
Dallas.
with Dallas. And both players did work in Dallas. And both players, it's funny, they mirror each other in a lot of ways, right? Jason Kidd got drafted by the Mavs and got traded to Phoenix. Steve Nash got drafted by Phoenix and got traded to Dallas. And then, so they kind of mirror each other in some ways. But here's what I think it comes down to, right? First of all, Jason Kidd's a more well-rounded player. He plays defense.
Yeah.
He rebounds better. His scoring numbers aren't quite as good as Steve Nash's. But when you talk about all-out floor floor leader, he was doing things that Steve Nash didn't do. And now I know Steve Nash, again in Phoenix when he was at his best, was stuffing stats, and he won the league MVP a couple times. But Jason Kidd is a winner, right?
Yeah.
He took New Jersey to the finals 2 years, when he was crushing it. But he also went back to Dallas, and he took them to the finals. And Dirk was leading the way with them, but Jason Kidd was holding it down, and he was running the show. And that was against the big Miami Heat with Braun and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
All 3 of those guys are on the wall, right? We got Chris Bosh with a mustache. We thought it was Dwight.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's Chris Bosh.
Should have read the label first.
Anyway,
LeBron.
We got LeBron. We got Dwayne Wade here. We're against that powerful super team in Miami with their length and they were just smothering defense. Jason Kidd was calm and composed and with his raspy voice, hey guys, all right, we're good, and would run the show and just facilitate, and he put on a show in those finals. Dirk was the man and was scoring points left and right and was holding it down as far as having a star that could really take over. But Jason Kidd was facilitating and running the offense that beat that Miami Heat and won Dallas their first and only championship. So I think that kind of settles the debate. He did that in Dallas, so everything that Steve Nash did in Phoenix, that doesn't really apply to this video because we're talking about Dallas, and Jason Kidd is our starting point guard.
He is.
All right, so there you have it. That's the Mavs. Again, subscribe below. Comment if you disagree. If you like Nash and you feel like we didn't give him a good enough summary or a good enough chance, write it below. Let's
call us idiots.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start the conversation. But anyway, thanks for the watch, and we will see you next video.